Oh, shit. Crud, hello. Hang on a second. Oh, my favorite robot. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. It's not like this is to be a regular thing. In addition to the cool zone, ooh, offer feedback. Does this just open? Alright, we got with that. I can offer some feedback. I'm always open to feedback. Oh, okay. Speak more plainly about the game. Developer? Actually, no. Interesting. Yeah. I assume that's sort of a developer thing. Alright. Go to the terminal, railway. Alright.
And that was Pinky's Dream by David Lynch. This is Radio 90, and you're listening to Night Drive. Thanks for joining us tonight. Almost 100 years before Columbus ever sailed to the Americas, a Chinese explorer named Zheng He made 7 naval expeditions, traveling thousands of miles with over 300 ships. When the next emperor came to power, all the ships were destroyed, and the Ming Dynasty entered a period of isolationism that lasted hundreds of years. With that one decision, the fate of the world changed. Let's go on a journey together with our next song, Jellyfishin'.
Oh, Jellyfishin'. Alright. Crazy how the world can change so easily, isn't it? And so drastically, too. Alright. Oh, we're going to circular logic. My favorite exit. What are those lights glowing in the distance here? Really does feel like headlights almost, doesn't it? Oh, hello. Just the nearest hospital. Baby's not right about pop out. Ooh. Baby's just about ready to pop out. Thanks for the pickup. Not many of your species seem willing to take me. What do you mean, my species? Sorry, was that insensitive? I'm still trying to learn all your societal customs. I'm a little planet in the Triangulum Galaxy. Our star got too close to another system and almost collided with a blue giant. There was a war. It made the planet totally unlivable, of course, so we left. Well, that just seems weird. Little girl from the islands. What does that mean? What was your planet like? Unless that's a reference to something I'm not getting. They say it was once beautiful, a night sky full of moons, bioluminescence everywhere. I only knew it as it was getting ripped apart. My journey here was long but wonderful. There are so many worlds in the galaxy, so much life. It little planet of tiny volcanoes and baobabs. Civilization of artists and dreamers who believe we are all just living in someone else's story. Tribes of nomadic people who live amongst the stars. You know, all the elements that formed life were created in the heart of a star that exploded, spreading the elements throughout the galaxy. You and me. We are made of stars. We are one with the universe, honestly. We are, all of us, children of the stars. Many mythologies in this world, the sun is a deity of power, light, fire, strength. Some myths say it must be reborn every year, whereas the earth goddess represents life, birth, fertility. But really, there would be no life without the sun, no earth without the sun. We are all born from stars like the sun. Shouldn't the sun god be the creator of life? Forgive the ancients their mistakes. They made the best of what they could with limited knowledge. They created the stories to help them understand the world. I suppose it's not their fault they failed. My sister lost a baby. For years she couldn't talk about it. Then one day she said to me, "It's just as well. This universe doesn't care about life. I'll wait for the next one." Grief is cruel like that. I can't wait. I won't wait. Fortunately, the hospital's just up here. I know why I'm here, but why are you driving? I'm looking for understanding. Something. Understanding, maybe. Driving helps me find it. We are all star stuff. A big cosmic oneness. Just being alive. Maybe that's enough. Sonder. You know what that is? It's the sudden realization that every other person, all the people around you, driving those cars are fully conscious people with their own stories and goals and loves and thoughts. Just think about that for a second. I didn't even have to stop. Handy that. But hey. Hope all goes well with your baby. We're gonna push this puppy just a little bit faster.
Spirits surround us. Ideas. They guide us, speak with us, drive with us. Their reality, their existence is immaterial. Their power, their influence, paves the roads we travel. They question us, we question them. We seek to understand the forces that surround us. They will never let us. Question them anyway. It's the only way. Seat backs and tray tables is up next.
Oh.
Who drives with you, driver?
No one. Just me. God, it's felt like that. I don't know, it still feels like that. Oh, hello, Varus. I come into your chat on this, the day of your first stream of the year, and I bother you? Yes, Dove, I do need a favor. I need you to have a good time. Don't worry, we're gonna have a chill time. Thanks for stopping by. And feel free to put this on in the background, enjoy a bit of chill tunes. I'll try not to bring the mood down too much. We are just cruising and picking up hitchhikers. So hey. Oof. Welcome to the car. Where you headed? Hope you're doing well so far this year. I was gonna say, ironically, I picked this game up over the holidays because I've sort of been, Oh, that's a little bit of planets there. So occupied. So hung up with family and stuff. Hello, friend. The universe is expanding. Yet the universe has no edge. What is it expanding into? I'm in my 4th year of physics, and even I don't really get it. What do we say? The more important edge is in space. The time. Yeah, I'd say. It's just arbitrary a boundary. And time is so limited, right? We live our whole lives in this tiny blip of time. Yet our time is so filled with love and connection and imagination and sharing and joy that it seems so much bigger. Like infinity. See, the thing is, I don't really need to get it. There's like 300 billion stars in our galaxy alone. And billions more galaxies out there. Our little single planet doesn't matter a bit at all. And yet it's still wonderful, don't you think? On a broad scale, yeah. To the point where it's sometimes nicer to try and sit back and look at it at a broad scale because, God, sometimes looking at the world on the ground floor is really distressing. Even within an infinity of the unknown, we still have love and happiness and life. All the crazy infinity that is our existence and all the vastness of understanding we still lack. There's this amazing thing that is consciousness. Carl Sagan once said that since we are part of the universe, consciousness allows the universe to know itself. That's beautiful. One day in the lab we were doing chemistry experiments, right? Just a simple grade school exercise of burning different substances to see the colors they produce, like fireworks. Magnesium, copper, strontium, lithium. Science and art come together. My lab partner was this girl. I didn't know, but she caught my eye right away. Her energy and enthusiasm were so beautiful. We talked about different kinds of stars and the heat death of the universe, the nature of entropy. It's the start of something wonderful. Fuck it, love is beautiful. Happy for you. We went away the next day, far away to a little world of our own. Floating amongst nebula and white dwarfs and undiscovered planets, her sense of humor was dry. Sometimes I didn't even know if she was joking. She said the most absurd things, how she wanted to die in the heat of the heart of a star. I said she'd burn up long before she got close, and she looked at me like it was a challenge. Whoa. Powerful. We laughed and cried together, helped each other through tough times, family and friends in our own minds. The way she looked at me, a little smile in her eyes. The way she would rattle off chemical equations and the constructions of molecules. She drew them in her sleep, and I'd watch her eyelids flutter gently, her eyes would fall of her chest, the tendons in her arms. We watched the fireworks together on New Year's, rattling off the compounds used, the balance of heat and luminosity, then flew off into the sky through the lingering smoke. We were together 6 months before it flamed out. Too intense for us to keep it up. It was beautiful while it lasted. We'll always love those days. Love's an amazing thing. That's what it's all about. Connecting with other people like that. The universe knowing itself. I'm going to see my new girlfriend now. Just outside the city. No matter what humans do, the sun will inevitably grow and consume this planet. One day the solar system will die. It's just going to happen. But what a wonderful thing to be a part of in the meantime. That's a lot to take in.
Well, that was a little different.
Oh, thank you.
Ever wonder why the night sky is black, even though there is nowhere you could look that doesn't eventually have a star? Shouldn't it be full of light? And scientists say the average color of the universe is beige.
Oof.
There are stars above you even in the day, and they are watching. Old Petunias is up next. Keep your eye on the road and have a lovely drive.
God, I don't even know how to put into words what's going through back my mind. I think what I was trying to say before I picked up that, Oh! That was quick. Hello there, friend. Alas, poor York. Oh, thanks for the ride. I was lost in thought for a moment. Watch anything good? Always the nature documentaries, which is ironic, I suppose, escaping our technologically driven world through technology. Look at this thing. Where's a CRT screen anymore? Can't help but consider all the facets of technology in our lives, the good and the bad. Not when I'm so attached to it. Of course, we all are. If not so literally. People have such polarized views on technology. Give up any part of your privacy. Let it into every aspect of your life. It's a natural part of how we move through life, where it's inscrutable and unnecessary. It's ruining the world, or it'll save the world. It's complicated. Especially if you're talking about privacy. Big, broad topics have many moving parts. You want to make big, sweeping statements, a big thumbs up or thumbs down? It's not so simple as all that, though, is it? It's so easy to misstep with technology. After all, it's as fallible as its creators. Its creators are often very fallible. Algorithms are designed by people. People are often ignorant of their biases, or seduced by profit. But it's also saved lives, created a connected world unlike ever before, perpetuated child labor and harmful extractive colonialism. Technology isn't the solution to every problem, and more data isn't always better. So stop putting AI into everything. We don't need an AI washing machine. But also, data is good, and technology isn't always the enemy. Simply turning your back on it, out of principle, doesn't help anyone either. Climate change, war, poverty, just one innovation away from being solved. Is technology going to save the world? Of course not. Not alone, at least. Not without good people to guide it. And good people to do the work technology can't. You go to those good people. Like, that's the thing. That's where it always seems to fucking die. We're fronted with all the things we can do to start pushing green energy. But they find one thing to hit against it. And then it all dies on the fucking vine. Because it's not, like, the infallible 100% foolproof solution up front, ready to go out of the box, so they won't back. So, the powers that be won't back it. We gotta go back to Daddy Oil. And things end up not changing. I like to think so. I don't know sometimes, but we all would. But the billionaires think so too, and yet they aren't. Eat the rich. In a headline-driven world, we lose all nuance. We're inundated with myths. They say anonymity allows people to harass and abuse. People will do that anyway, and anonymity helps protect people too. They say video games make people violent. Simply untrue. Research has found video games have no significant impact on violent behavior and can even promote empathy. Oh, we're approaching the good end. Hell yeah. There's this idea that the solution to technology is more technology. For every real innovation that can help mitigate climate change, there are a host of cash grab scams. Those robot boats that are going to clean all the world's rivers. They don't mention anything about microbeads. People don't think critically enough. A skill that should be taught more, and earlier in life. A skill that is too easy to lose when there's so much information all the time. But what else? You have to take it all seriously. Social media is the new town square. Extra, read all about it. Cryptocurrency is killing the planet. Facial recognition can and will profile us as much as any cop. You have to find a way to push back against all that. Take it seriously. Because alongside all that is global collective action, massive fundraising, manifestos in net neutrality and Creative Commons. We do have to fight even harder. Keep fighting. And we summon the collective will before it's too late. Ultimately, we have to find a way to move through an imperfect world. This thing, poor York, is a burden, but it's also a boon. More to the point, it's reality. Technology is a part of our world now. We have to find a way to move through this world. How do we all move through this world? Are you one of the good people? Thanks for the ride. Alright, let's hit it.
You are you. But who you are changes with time, with context. What mask do you put on around others? Strangers, friends, family, lovers. Do you ever take it off? Can you? Is there a you that is you?
I wonder about that sometimes.
A 3-pound sack of tissue and nerves pilots a vehicle of meat and bone. Bursts of electricity instruct your foot to press on the gas, your hands to hold the wheel, your heart to beat, your eyes to blink. Did you blink? Did you remember to breathe?
Remember to breathe.
Remember to listen now. With our next song, Salix Alba.
Alright, now we're gonna chill. I think we have one more guest to pick up on this ride. God, I do wonder about that sometimes. Like, who am I? Who am I really? Oh, hell yeah, we're going to Plato's Cave. This is coming from spending the holidays with family in the house, which is always a matter of ups and downs. Like, it's always a lot. It doesn't help when, like, I'm the de facto Christmas host, I guess, and I end up paying for everything. I end up being the, oh, hi. My mind is embroiled in dark thoughts tonight. I want to assume. Would you be open to talking about it? Yeah, I'm struggling too, but yes, I'll hear you out. Thank you. You can always let me know if you need to stop. I had a beached whale the other day, up north, just lying there. It was still alive. It looked up at me as I approached. You know why whales beach themselves? That's a dark thought. I genuinely don't know, so I'm good with a maybe. Could be. It's all so big. Oh, overwhelming. Some things just don't seem to have a discernible reason, eh? Chaos of the universe. Maybe they're just looking for a change. Anyway, I wasn't asking you. That's what I asked the whale. Why do humans jump off bridges? It responded, all sorts of reasons. I said. But it looked at me like it knew. It knew I didn't really know. Or did. Okay. You asked the whale, why do the whale beach themselves? Whale said, why do humans jump off bridges? I said, all sorts of reasons. It looked at me like I knew. I knew I didn't really know. Didn't I? Yeah. Have you ever considered suicide? I've thought about it. Never seriously. The difference between the kind of intrusive thoughts we all have and true suicidal ideation, which only some of us have. You think about just driving off the road, careening through the barrier, down a cliff, into the forest or water. We all have those intrusive thoughts. We rarely act on them. Somehow this world won't let us. But true suicidal thoughts, those are different. I see why you asked if I was up for it. People don't often think it'll hurt anyone but themselves, but it does. A lot of people around you get hurt. Besides, a lifetime can bring a lot of opportunities to find happiness. Even a few months can bring big changes. You ever lost someone close to you? Recently? My friend, that's the worst. Don't expect that to happen. You never do. You don't ever consider it. Lost a brother a little while ago. He was always there for me. Now he's just not. That hurts. Thinking about it is like dressing a throbbing wound that you know will never fully heal. No matter what, it will always be there. Less than 10% of people have suicidal thoughts. Emotional distress is something we all experience, more or less. We all need support at times. Meanwhile, only 10% of people who survive suicide attempts go on to die by suicide. Many have transformative experiences and would never even consider it again. Some even realize they want to live right when it's too late to stop. You push a whale back into the water and it swims itself right back onto the beach. Maybe they know something we don't. Does death ever make sense? Why are you out here anyways? Still looking for something. We're all looking for answers, often to questions that elude tidy understanding. We can look for it anyways. Maybe that's purpose enough for the moment. Yeah, that was a bit of a heavy conversation. Oh, coming on to talk? No, just the music changed. Okay. Ah, heck. It's so weird. It's like I wouldn't say it was a case of being there and then being gone, because this was someone... Why is there a baby? Because this was someone who had moved away, haven't heard anything from for past 2 years now. But still, it's like... Still... Something I didn't even really bring up all that much, because it... Like, how do I even talk about that? Like, do I even have the right to feel affected by that? When it's someone I haven't seen in 4 years? I don't know.
What do you see? Do scenes play out in your mind's eye? Destinations or imagined futures? Do you see colors dancing across the darkness? Clouds of obscured light and the pulsing of blood vessels in your eyelids? Are there just abstract artifacts and afterimages? Or do you see yourself? Do you recognize these versions of you? We see you, driver. We know you. We are all here for you. Clear your mind and count down with me, driver. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. This has been Radio 90 Night Drive. Be well. Good night.
Yeah, so it's just... I still don't really know what to do with that feeling. And just...
Everything is relative. That's not equivocation.
A lot of small stuff just layers on itself and just kind of weighing down on me lately. I don't know.
Is a giant's indignation.
Let's look.
Everything is possible.
Let's listen.
That's not just inspiration. Think of what could be. If you could simply leave your station.
We'll just let this go a second. Hi, Oh, this pops back here. Okay. That. This is a bit awkward to navigate here. There's a few more things we can do here. We can go to the airport. Take a train. We've only done the drive so far. Take a train. Each hacker you encounter on the railway will speak to you 3 times throughout the train, relocating further down to another car each time. End your journey early by getting off at any stop, or finish the trip by meeting up with the hikers you've spoken to 3 times in the cafe car at the front of the train. Alright, let's talk. Let's see what else we can unload here. We might meet some of the other folks
Welcome to
here.
Infinity Rail. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. As we hurtle through space together, I ask that you be kind to your fellow passengers. These rails that stretch between all of our origins and destinations are etched into a shared landscape. No matter what your travel plans are, this is one connection we all share. Perhaps the basis for a bond, or the underpinnings of understanding. We're all heading in the same direction, and I know the regulars always enjoy a friendly chat. There's plenty to see, and seats are not assigned, so feel free to move about the train.
Alright, don't mind if I do. Hey there, good to see you. Didn't know you'd be on this track. I'm like a long train ride to gather your thoughts after a tiring day. Bunch of people all on the same tracks, all of us on separate journeys, but journeying together. We're all heading the same direction. Where are you headed? Trying to find myself. Truly a journey we're all on. Just looking for little meaning, little growth, little future. Like the train. Ready to go somewhere. Maybe even see someplace new. There, you just get to sit and enjoy it. You're not in charge. The tracks just go in one direction. It's like reading a good book, just along for the ride. I read once about 3 lovers navigating the seas together. They encountered sea monsters and mysterious islands and gods of the waves. What kind of gods? Capricious ones, dangerous ones, also caring ones, curious ones. After all, aren't gods just like people? Each had their own reasons for the journey, different things they were looking for. What they found, predictably, was each other. About a love of story and journeys. Gotta get some more writing done. Come back in a bit. Whoop, okay. Figure out how to navigate here. Okay, so we can stand up. Oh, hello. Can I talk to you? Or are you just the musical accompaniment? You can stare at the back here. Oh, hey there. Nice to see you. Have you met my familiars? They're not from this reality, so I'm showing them the sights while we're here. They each manifest a little part of me, my values, my perspectives, and the experiences I've had. Like many found families, each connecting with something of myself, some shared love or experience of feeling. The ferret? Yes, tell me about the ferret, please. That's Dee. She's one of the most warmest, most charming entities I've ever met. I heard her song across time and searched her out. The modality she revealed to me changed my life. I was already in the area, so I thought I might as well hop a ride to the end of the line. My journey is a part of the final ride of my schooling, a grand tour of realities to visit the so-called masterpieces of metaphysical structure.
Next stop,
Soon I'll be going home to...
Disappointment Lake.
Soon I'll be going home, though, to see my wife and my partners. They, along with my familiars, are the folks who truly get me. Partners? Yes, I'm fortunate to have several loves. Also several other people who I have a committed but non-romantic relationship with. Hey! Healthy polyamory? Relationships can take so many forms, and my heart has space for more than one person. It's very important that everyone involved is equally informed and consenting to the situation. This family accepts and celebrates who I am, how I move through the universe. They created space for who I always have been, even if they, and I, didn't know it at first. All the structures I wish to manifest, my family is the one that is most precious to me. This wasn't always true. It certainly wasn't all my doing. Good fortune and good partnerships were the bedrock. As my skill grows, I think I have to be especially careful, as I do not wish to unduly influence this gravitational system of people. After all, I cultivate structures, wield their powers. Oh, hello. Wield their power and forge new realities. Families must be collaborative. All the time I spent in the academy, I never found answers to concerns such as these. Rarely found anything more than questions and judgment. However, I did find my people. I found love. Oh. Everyone's moving up. That's Disappointment Lake, huh? Does not, in fact, look disappointing. Hello, Dark. Hello, Dark. We are here to vibe, or we can exit train. It's gonna be a very chill stream. Were you here? Yeah, you are here. I experienced something very difficult recently, and my thoughts are consumed by grief. Would you be open to talking about it? I'm struggling to, but go ahead. Thanks. I'm sorry you're struggling, but maybe we can find some comfort and maybe even clarity together. Let's be careful of our energy. Just stop me if you feel overwhelmed. I found an alley cat a while ago, caught up by a dumpster. So be warned, Dark, this may cover some difficult topics. A pall covered the alley, radiating out from her. What's wrong? I asked. She didn't answer right away, couldn't look at me. She was caught around something. Eventually I realized what it was. A kitten. Barely a week old. He hadn't survived the cold night, I guess. Got separated from his mom. Now she wouldn't let his little body go. It's understandable to hold on. It's hard not to. When it's unexpected, when it's sudden. You're not ready. Who could be? I sat with the alley cat for 3 days while she wasted away. Oh, she still wouldn't say much to me. Finally, she was able to let him go. Find a way to go on living herself. Do you want to talk about it? I asked. She didn't. Grief is hard to deal with. Grief. Yeah. I think some things are just too hard to share, even with those we're closest to. We live in our own internal worlds, and sometimes we just can't bring others into that. Can't express everything we feel. Sometimes we need those feelings to be our own. Right? It's difficult because it feels like some things.
If you look out the left side of the train, you will soon catch a glimpse of the Cloud Comet. Residents thought they found a formula for utopia, but it didn't last, and they could never reproduce their results. The math did not change, but the people did.
Huh. Sometimes we know that if we let something inside of us slip out, the dam will break. We think pent up, let flowing out. It would be good for us, but we're just not ready. Sometimes we just need to be alone with our feelings. Hello. Oh, I see you there. Certainly things... Oh, hello, you're new. I don't know what it is sometimes. The journey, another experience, another story. What do you think? Are these stories important to you?
Next stop, Infinity's Edge.
Stories can be important. All stories have the potential to be important. You choose your words carefully. Sometimes some stories receive more attention than others, and their power is often in the way they shape human action. What do our stories inspire you to act? All stories have power. The power to shape us, to shape our beliefs, shape our whole culture. Beliefs and falsehood inextricably intertwined with facts and experience. Just as important. Take the horned helmet, so ingrained in much of our imagery of the Vikings, our stories about them, so impractical in battle. Never mind the fact that there's no evidence the Vikings ever wore them. The Viking horned helmet was the invention of German costume designer Karl Emil Doppler, a performance of Wagner's Ring cycle. The 1800s taken from ancient German ceremonial headdresses. At the end, the image stuck. Images are sticky. I genuinely didn't know that. Images are sticky. They are. Like stories maintained through the ages. Our brains cling to evocative details, to symbols that can mean different things to different people.
At Infinity's Edge.
Meanwhile, of course, the real Vikings sailed as far as the Middle East for trade and cultural exchange and reached the Americas long before other Europeans. Fucking Columbus. Nasty bastard. We just see this kind of thing all over our culture. Depictions of an afterlife taken far more from a 14th century poet than actual religious texts. Imaginings of the Spartan fighting force from a comic book more than a historical record. Stories are powerful. They shape what we believe, what we think, how we act. Act well, this story.
We here at Infinity Rail are happy to support the artists in our community and hope you enjoy the live music. Please don't disturb the performer while they are working.
Checking to see if I missed anyone on my way through here. Our goal is to make it to the cafe car at the end. Just doing one last sweep of this car. That is a really interesting fact, though. It does kind of make sense that an impractical helmet is just a woe. What? Hello? Alrighty. I was not expecting that.
Stop. Ondo Park.
Oh, there you are. Something special about all of us heading in the same direction. Community, a collective journey. Lots of people have tried to show that we tell the same stories. All of us, all around the worlds. Archetypes, common patterns, just journeys and heroes, the 7 common structures. Of course, it's not really true. Examples are cherry-picked and full of Western bias. Opposing archetypes of other cultures can be a pretty big stretch. Not every civilization you truly use the same patterns. Could be, but we haven't solved it. I suppose it could if you abstract it enough. It might lose the importance of nuance if we try too hard. Like how you could go the two possible routes in that conversation, but they both feel reasonable. It is kind of colonialism adjacent to impose like Western nuance onto indigenous
Now
story.
arriving
Ooh.
at Ondo Park.
Hello there. History isn't made by solitary people on mythic journeys performing great acts. It's made by the multitudes, the people who stand up for and help each other. Beauties in cascading decisions and cultures. Truth is too complex. But it's vital that we understand that it is complex, even if we can never totally grok the full complexity. Why'd you put it like that? There's always more going on with them. More going on than you could fully know. They are common human stories. Survival, love, attempts to explain the cosmos. Writing a new story. A story about friendship, of being on a journey together. Little on the nose, I know. Come back later and maybe I'll tell you about it. Alright. Don't mind if I do. I think we can sit and chill for a bit, I think. Because I don't know, I feel like the way the holidays went, I suppose it's only really been I thought there was someone here. Oh, there you are. There's the druid. Only really been a day or two, but I'm still like unable to get out of my own head. Transformation is magic, so to speak. It is a straightforward process, slow and difficult, and not always flashy, but it is profound. It is potent. It is seriously life-changingly easy to transform who you are into who you want to be. That's my number one arcane secret for you. So many settle for false transformations that they can buy because they think the real transformations that they crave are impossible. It's sad.
On the left, we'll soon be seeing the ruins of Zeitgeist Crossing. Once held as a paragon of engineering, and now it's proof that no sensibility or structure lasts forever.
Where'd I leave off here? I think the real transformations that they crave are impossible. It's sad. It is untrue. Ah! Freya yell, hello! Hello. We are vibing. We are vibing. I mean, transformation can also be hard work. Resisting old structures can be quite challenging, and enduring long periods of time is its own challenge. Given a lot of time and a little consistent effort, it is inevitable. We should have less faith in one-size-fits-all solutions. Less faith in institutions and more faith in the fundamental ability for every human being to change. Or at least we should be putting our faith in the institutions and structures which acknowledge and prioritize this human capacity for transformation. Yeah, some people are just bad.
Next stop,
Oh.
Lucid Lake.
Hey, I like Lucid Lake a lot better than Disappointment Lake. Good ones try. And they should be rewarded for managing to shake free of the barriers our society tends to put on us and them. Oftentimes, good people and structures are asked to support bad things. Some people really resent this kind of transformation, even while they may claim to enshrine it in their religions or cultures. Maybe they just can't relate enough to care for those unlike them. But I also think they are envious, not of my journey, for example, but of the freedom that journeys like mine represent. Such rigid people are sure to be repressing themselves in one way or another. Oppression does not strengthen you. It cannot, though it may provide you with comfort. It is tragic. But, fortunately, the world they live in, that's ultimately what they have to do to survive. It does kind of force them into the world where they have to survive. The hitchhike on the bus. Yeah, we are currently on a train. We are currently on a train. So get ready, buckle up for the ride.
Now arriving at Lucid Lake.
Oh, hell yeah. Their own energies are stolen by the mechanisms they construct. We build twisted structures in the hope it will give them power. But in truth, they were always meant to give that power to someone else. Those who already wield far too much. Transformational magic is something we all have the potential for. It's part of a larger school, perhaps the most important one. Growth. Self-actualization. I like this lady because she has a vast polycule of romantic and non-romantic and platonic partners. She has a multi-dimensional polycule of romantic and not romantic partners. She has a bunny familiar and a ferret familiar. She's cool. I like her. I am still a student of these crafts too. I hope I am on the path to mastery. I also want to help others find the ways forward. Poof. Here we go. I see something else is also vast. True. Very true. I'm gonna find her again. Can't get off at Infinity Station. This guy's playing live music. We've been warned already to not bother the live musicians. They're just here to chill. As are we.
Next stop, Lost Woods.
Not Lost Woods. I love them too. Oh, how do I sit down with you, sir? There we go. I believe this is an important journey for you. Why did you decide to speak with me? I'm interested in your story. I'm flattered. My story is mostly one of being interested in other stories. Stories about stories. Belief. Stories we hear. The stories we internalize. Shape our belief. The stories we are told as children. The ones we're told through media and by those we choose to surround ourselves with. They influence what we believe. And what we believe shapes our stories in turn. Belief has power too. Beliefs shape how we act. How we try to shape the world. Religious beliefs, certainly, but any personal belief too. What do we believe has value? What do we believe our purpose is? If we believe that we can create a better world, we can find a path to actualizing that. We believe there is no point. That path will not actualize.
Lost Woods.
What do you believe? I want to believe. I believe so too. We must have hope for the future, even if it is couched in skepticism or despair becomes the only path. Perhaps our beliefs literally shape the universe, or the beliefs of some god, some creator somewhere. Does gravity only work because we subconsciously needed an explanation for why we are stuck on the ground? Of course not, but maybe. Believe what you will about this journey, but know that it will shape how you experience it.
You're here on your own journey, and no one else will ever really know what that journey is. But we're all on our own journeys, and maybe our stories can help you too.
Just enjoy the view for a second. We are here on our own journeys, and yet we're all, in a sense, in this together. Oh, no. Come back. Come back. Let me sit. Have we seen you? I heard this metaphor once for grief. That grief is like a big ball bouncing around a box. There's a button in that box. When the ball hits that button, you feel the grief. Pain, the sadness washes over you, overwhelms you. The loss is fresh, the ball is big. It hits the button all the time. It's all you can think about. Over time, the ball becomes smaller and smaller, so it doesn't hit the button as much. It's still there, bouncing around. Sometimes, out of nowhere, it hits the button and you feel it all over again.
The exclusive Prospect Peak Ski Chalet is up on our right, though you might have to crane your neck to see it atop that mountain. Infinity Rail does not offer service there. Sadly, not everyone gets the same prospects in life.
Oh. Reminds me of that Orwell quote. Only through our love and friendship can we create the illusion for the moment that we're not alone. That's... yeah. God, I feel like in my case, since I have not actually talked directly about it, but it's a weird thing that I feel like I don't know. It started out small. Because it's like, with someone who, like, I haven't seen for 4 years, and then suddenly over the holidays I find out that they died, and it's still... I feel like I shouldn't be feeling like that, but it still does, and like that's why. How do I bring that up to someone and not feel weird about feeling bad? It's like in this metaphor, my ball is small, but it still hits the button. It's easy with time.
Next stop, Weeping Falls.
Oh, hell yeah. We're going to Sobble. Time may heal all wounds, but there's always a scar, always some damage that remains. Not just good not to forget what the loss means to you. We all lose a loved one at some point. Death eventually comes for everyone. It's not just death. Maybe someone breaks up with you, or you're forced to cut someone out of your life. Those can cause just as much grief, just as much pain and loss. We mourn what we've lost because we mourn what we might have had. Experiences, what joys, what loves we might have yet shared. What journeys we might have been on together. We mourn what they will miss too. It is. We can't process such a big loss all at once, and we should close ourselves off to it. We need that time to find that catharsis. Mourn the things we should have said. We'll never have a chance to say. The things you have to do alone now. All alone.
Now arriving at Weeping Falls.
Yeah, we sure are arriving at Weeping Falls. Oh, hell yeah. Hi. Yep, this is just the the green car. There was one that went through like an abandoned city, which was honestly pretty cool, but how much do tickets for this car cost? I mean, we have free reign to wander through everything, but it is neat. It looks like there's a fun little walking path here. Ooh, ma'am? I met them one day when I was getting away from my parents down at the water. We became fast friends, playing games of make-believe, telling each other stories of sea monsters and gods. One day we found a secret island out in the water. When we were there, it seemed like time stood still. We'd play for hours and hours, or sit quietly and dream as the stars rose and fell. When we came home, no one had missed us. It's a story you're writing? Was writing it make it real? Was it real already? I'm not sure. Some folks you like. You enjoy their company. You're good friends, but they still take energy to be with. You get tired eventually. You need a break. They were so easy to hang out with. We could talk for hours or sit in silence. There were no expectations, no demands, no hurt feelings or drama. Just existing together. God, that's the fucking partner goal, isn't it? Just
Next stop, Apprehension Valley.
oh, that's my daily life. That's the partner goal, isn't it? Just someone you can just exist quietly with together. Or at least that's for me. If you're one of those friends who takes no energy at all to be with, you enjoy just being around, even if you're not doing something together. It's been a while, but yeah. I suppose when I say it's been a while, I mean like real life friends. Hold on to those friendships if you can. They are ones that can last forever. Bonds that hold the universe together. It's one of those reasons I'm writing this. We all need a connection of some kind, and those connections are out there. The stories are out there, waiting to be heard. We're not solitary creatures. We're on this journey of life together. We're all headed in the same direction. Where are you headed? This is my consistent answer here. In fact, even that is a journey you have to take alone. There are bonds you can form with that will help you find what you're looking for. It's been nice getting to know you a bit more. Maybe I'll see you up at the meal car. Enjoy the journey. Hello there, sir. Oh, are you here? Ma'am. Although I travel
Now
elsewhere,
arriving at Apprehension Valley.
I am part of the queer community here on Earth, and this is my home. Based in the queer community, many start out lost, often hurt, seeking belonging, clarity, understanding, love. This is common enough in most communities. Anyway, when we finally find a community, maybe even just a partner, we think everything is good now. All my problems are solved. We don't even want to give back right away. Get involved. It's an important point of maturation in queer life and activism. Participating in the creation of queer spaces and events can be a way to affirm one's place within those spaces. But we carry so much baggage. If we don't have structures to deal with that baggage when we go out to help others, we can pass on that damage. Helping yourself, finding ways to heal and grow. These are the first ways that you can help your community.
Coming up out the windows all around us, ice falls. Though in this case, ice falls very slowly. Forever frozen, yet still pulled inexorably downward. Gravity moves even the most solid glacier. What pulls most on you?
There is certainly like a heavy moral. Ice falls is a pretty normal name, yeah. Better than apprehension falls. I haven't had success. I haven't had success in finding anything, too. It'd be quite the hassle to find the right therapist. It could be expensive, too. Having free access to good mental health care should be a human right. Heck, yeah, absolutely. Once you find the right partners, the right team who are invested in your growth and are engaged in walking that path with you, well, trust me, it's very powerful and important. A clarifying experience worth the effort. You deserve this. We all do. Nobody's too broken or too abusive or too lazy to change for the better. Uplift yourself and you uplift your community. Break the cycle of trauma rather than passing it along. Remember that your survival is already a transgressive, defiant act. Your presence is already a victory. Trust that you will have the time to give back if you can survive. It is hard. I understand. I promise you that your survival is enough, that it is worth fighting for. The difficulties will ebb and flow over time. Realize that you yourself are a structure that is constantly being built, refined, and put to use. Shape yourself into a good, robust structure,
Next
and you can
stop,
offer support to others.
Sojourner Valley.
That's all pretty normal. I would go there to sojourn. We have moments of community. Parades, celebrations, protests, and we tell ourselves it's the same thing. But real community is being involved. Extending passion and understanding. Working to take and hold space. To connect to your community and offer your strength and wisdom to them is one of the things that gives life meaning. Why go out into the void and wrestle with existentialism just to find a reason to get up in the morning? You need to hoard that clarity for yourself.
Do you know your destination? It's easy to idealize riding to the end of the line, but if you feel a pull towards one of our stops, who's to say it's too soon? Your journey is your own.
It's a heavy conversation, especially about community, wherein I feel like, yes, I'm certainly, but
Now arriving at Sojourner Valley.
barely sure enough in myself, but many great points there. Take care of yourself first and foremost. Survival is enough. Oh there. Our culture is defined by the stories we tell too. Your survival in this community is an act of transgression against the system. It's our little rebellion against this cruel world just by surviving day to day. Our culture is defined by the stories we tell. What stories loom large in our collective imagination? Which ones are told over and over in media and on the news and in our dining rooms? And our culture, well, it's the most important piece of this. It shapes our lives, and it shapes the lives of millions around us. It shapes what we believe is valuable, what we believe is worth doing, or worth stopping. It's defined not just by our old myths, our ancient stories, our cultural heritages, but also our new myths. Our movies, our obsession with celebrity gossip, social media, propaganda. I don't want to call it triviality. I don't want to call it triviality, but at the same time, there is a lot of triviality that we get
Next
worked up
stop,
on. But,
Resilience Peak.
oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, we're on the way now. But, like, there's good to have with it, but, like, it also brings whole new world of interconnectedness and shared culture. It brings out the worst in people, but it's also does done a lot of great things. As a result, culture rushes forward at an unprecedented pace, and oftentimes in many different directions at once. Culture shapes our lives, and we so often find our culture divided. Technology, niche communities, echo chambers, giving rise to cultures directly opposed, even as they live next door. Oof, I think I might have thrown a $100 bill in the trash. Oh no, because I can't find it. Oh no. Hoping and praying that you find that. And that's rough. The stories we tell can also help keep our cultures alive, maintaining shared values through time when surrounded by a society that seeks to assimilate our lives. Community and identity defined by and maintained by the stories we tell.
Now arriving at Resilience Peak.
Stories have staying power. Have you learned something from these stories? It's always good. There's certain perspectives that, like, aren't open to your presence. That actively try and shut off other perspectives that aren't worth interrogating. Perhaps only by truly understanding each other's stories can we find ways to live together in this world. Though some perspectives are simply incompatible with living together at home. Yes, that's precisely what I was just thinking. Others have stories to tell, too. Maybe I'll hear some new ones over a meal. A lot of stories to be had here. Oh, I always miss getting in with you. Did I tell you I lost a brother?
Just a quick note that we're nearing Mole Mountain Bypass. Expect to see some pretty lights. But Infinity Rail would like to remind passengers not to make decisions based solely upon what you see. Follow what gets you to where you want to go, and allow everything else to simply be.
Yeah. It seems so pointless. A needless death. Maybe it could have been prevented, but he had his demons. I don't know. We'd been so close once. Worst part. We'll just wait. We hadn't spoken in a little while. Just drifted apart for a spell, as it happens sometimes. Then suddenly it was too late. We'd never speak again. Shit. I'd meant to reconnect, to reach out. Things would have been different if I had. Shit, that's exactly the feeling that I've been... That's exactly...
Next stop, Foggy Level.
That's exactly the feeling that I've been struggling with. Moved away and just kind of all drifted apart, and audio ad for Nintendo Switch. On my stream? How does this happen? Just Switch logo. Switch, 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 the Switch! It means Nintendo Switch 2, obviously. Featuring launch purchase things ASMR. Nintendo Switch 2 featuring launch title Hollow Knight Silk Song, obviously. What do I want to say here? Snapping Ace. ASMR. Honestly. But, yeah.
Now we're arriving at Foggy Level.
We've arrived at Foggy Level. I'm sorry. Yeah. Thanks. Been a long time now. Mostly life goes on. Sometimes days go by where I don't think about them. Then it hits me all over again. Grief. Regret. Loss. We all live with these things. We all have to. We'll find a way. Shit, that hits. Foggy Level. Not to be confused with Froggy Level. Ooh, meal car. Exit the train here.
Maybe nearing the end of your trip with us, there's still time to take in the sights from our observation lounge. When you're ready, just take a seat. Join in a conversation and see this journey through together.
Oh, hello. Who's driving the train? Ram is casting an incredibly long shadow here. Do I take a seat? I thought the entire time you were the conductor slacking on the job. Honestly, maybe I am. Let's be real here. Maybe I am. Seems like the only place I can actually sit down here is here. I was gonna say, who should I sit with? But it seems like I just have to sit here. Are we not all the conductors of our own trains? Honestly. You call me Miss Conductor.
Next stop, Apollonian Acres.
Let's see. I liked her stories about, I liked her stories. About connection. Here we have Neil banging out the tunes. Listen to him
We
go.
all need a little time with our thoughts. Give folks some time, and you may find they're ready to share more of their story. Everyone likes to be seen and heard on their own terms.
I do like this lady, though, not gonna lie. And this gal here, like, is very personally relevant for me. And Mr. Star Monk had some interesting things to say about stories, but he's probably the one I connected with the least directly.
Now arriving at Apollonian Acres.
I guess, yeah, we'll sit down and end the journey. Wasn't sure if there was a way we could talk to them still, but eventually does experience parts of the same journey, the same things we all have to deal with. I love seeing all these stories come together in one place. It's good to see you all. Let's make for good stories someday. Community, truly one of the greatest structures we can build. Thanks for joining us tonight. And now, trigger the warp drive. No, we just vibe. Hey. Got us a little meal. Food for thought, so to speak. Obviously, the title of this game is Glitchhikers. So this does have like visual glitches. I turned that off in the options setting for streaming. There's probably be a bit much. Talking Heads TV hosts. Ooh. Thank you, I'm crying. Oh, I'm glad I did. Park map. Oh, we can still go to the park. We are in fact going to the park next. We can go take a drive. We can go take another drive, but there are like a few things we can do here. Taking the train. A second here. We can also take a walk in the park, which I very much enjoy. And the other one is wander the airport terminal and just meet people going on trips. It's an interesting place. Like very liminal space vibes, which I very much enjoy. And Conversations have done a very good job of at least getting to me personally. Not gonna lie. We said, yeah, but like whole goal of coming back here and vibing is again a mention, yeah. The whole goal of coming back here, and the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows is a badass name. But so is Inkle. Yeah, this is a goal of this is just come back and vibe and maybe bend a little bit. Try and get my head straight. More journeys await. Oh, highly recommend the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. Ooh, okay, now I have to look that up. That's an awesome name. I should have invented words that define emotion people. Ooh. Glad you're back. It's reviving under streams. Thank you. I am glad to be here. I'm going to try and be around now and then. We can't actually buy drinks, but when we meet a new guest, a new hitchhiker, we unlock a little... Back. We unlock a little drink brand for them. It's a neat artsy touch. I keep hitting the wrong damn button. Rotate. I liked her. God damn it. This looks like tomato juice, though. We cannot actually buy juice. Would chug a Dawn drink. Oh. What flavor would a Dawn drink even be? Was this the last Port York guy? This is great. This is Berry Powerade. That's gotta be Berry Powerade. Now this is that like dark berry Mountain Dew flavor. It looks very with fucking glitter in it. Look at that. That's got stars in it. That's totally got stars in it. That's just an empty bottle. Why would we buy this? That's just an empty bottle. What is going on here? Like, there's nothing in that. It's literally clear. Sir, why is there an empty bottle of stuff there? Yeet! This bitch empty. Yeet! Beer man is selling cola. Oh, that's a pretty bottle. I don't know what to tell about that. That's got a beer glass soda bottle cap on it. That's got something carbonated on you. I don't know. What's in here? Ooh. Rotate. Good. Okay, I see. So these are the guests for the train ride, and these are the guests for the other two areas. All right. Hi there, sir. Goodbye. We have places to be. Are we going? Start journey. Something about the way you can pick up the bottles and rotate them feels very virtue's last reward to me. You're right. You're right. Walk along predetermined paths in whichever direction you wish. Pause your music to speak to any hikers you encounter. If you want, complete your journey by going to one of the 3 park exits marked with an X on the park map once you're ready. Approaching the park map, staring for a few seconds at the destination on the map will warp you there. Alright. walking. Beginnings. Play.
Hello. Welcome to Some Awe, a meditation on wonder. What happens when you point a telescope at the spaces between
Here's the
stars?
podcast.
If it's an optical telescope searching for visible light, then you will see nothing. Darkness. But if you use a radio telescope and aim it past the moon and the stars and the galaxies, right into that darkness, then you find the beginnings of the universe itself. Light from the cosmic aftermath of the Big Bang. That light's not...
Oops, sorry.
Not anymore.
How do we get it here?
13.7 billion years have stretched out those waves
Back.
from white
Oop,
light
back, okay.
to microwaves. Faint, faded, but still there, still finding us after traveling since the beginning of time.
Ooh.
A memento from the universe's childhood, given to all children who gaze beyond the stars.
Oh, I want to go back this way. Why does it feel like I can't go this way? There's a path going this way. Alright. Whatever. Let's get moving. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. So long. I like going for walks at night. Even if it's like 10, 11. Even if, like, area around me isn't exactly walk-friendly. Like, it's all streets going down a hill into a small community with sidewalks and stuff. I still like it. I want to go this way. Okay, so you have to be directed to go this way. Hello. Pause, please. Pause. Alright. Meek, isn't nature beautiful? Very peaceful. This is just what British Columbia looks like in real life, chunky trees and all. I believe it. I want to go. Well, until you get attacked by a snow leopard or something. Dangerous stuff in nature. I've been watching one of those Earth documentaries. The cinematography is incredible. You know? Yeah, a great way to learn about the world, places we might never actually go. There's so much we never get to experience firsthand. What is truly astounding sometimes? A type of anglerfish called a red handfish. Because it technically can swim, but like it doesn't. No swim bladder either. It just sits on the ocean floor and walks around on these hand-like handfish? Handfish. I don't think about it much, but fish fly. I mean, most fish. They fly through the water like birds in the air. Handfish. That's wild. And these little fish and these little guys are stuck on the ground. It's their best life. Maybe they're living their best life. If you can call slowly going extinct their best life, then again, maybe we are too. Meanwhile, we're out here destroying our own planet. Just like the handfish, we could solve our problems. The solutions exist. We just choose not to. We choose not to fly. Instead, we so carefully document all these wonders of nature for posterity, because all of them are liable to disappear. I want to tell this hiker about the pumpkin toadlet. It jumps but it can't land. It just goes full extension midair, then ragdolls into place. It's deaf but it screams. Oh my god. That's amazing. I want to tell this hiker about my amazing plan for panda burgers. Well, tell us about your amazing plan for panda burgers, Freya. Are we introduced? Is this something we're introducing to Papa's Burgeria? And then you pump with toadlet and DMs. Oh, amazing! You're try and change things, but it's hard when you feel ignored by those in power. They act like they have nothing to lose. How can you convince someone like that to care about other people? You must have lived through one disaster after another, one attempted revolution after another. Well, you see, you take pandas, which are currently endangered, and you make them into burgers. I was watching a random video lately where one guy's like making every meat into burger, and you've got something there. You've got something there. That was a missed opportunity in that video. I think they even did like an eel burger or something. That's a missed opportunity. Panda burger. Some of us have lived through one disaster after another, one attempted revolution after another. See, if they're going endangered, then you just, cut the burgers with other cheaper meat, and you still charge top dollar because they're panda burgers. In name only, it's a brand, and you can still charge top dollar for that. How do we get in this divergence? I don't know. We see it, hear it all. News travels fast through the screens we're so attached to. We're affected by that. How will that define us? Oof. That's the key here. We've got to help each other. Make life a little easier for those close to us, huh? Preserve what good we can. Little wonders of nature. Oh, hey. Commercial's over. Bring on the snow leopards. Bring on the snow leopards. Apparently pandas would taste really bad, so even though they subsist mainly on bamboo, they are actually carnivores. It's about sending a message. I feel like pandas are sending a message to us when they eat only bamboo, but they could eat us. Like, so essentially, Freya, they do in fact have it coming. So they do like the mammoth burger people did. Spice a couple of panda cheese into a cow, then you have infinite panda burger. Hey, now you're thinking with genes. Now we're cooking. Where does this even go? Muted ominous baseline. I kind of love that. This baseline. Well, that's an exit. What? What is this? Is this an exit? Alright, we're getting the hang of navigating this place. Do you remember? I don't remember. Ooh, let's climb the hill. Heck yeah. Gotta get the view. Yeah, there's the view. Alright. Bamboo is really, really hard for them to digest. Actually, they eat it anyway just because it's in such great supply, allegedly. Not anymore, it's not. They refuse to fuck. And forget that babies exist. Attempts at artificial insemination just plain fail because they reabsorb the embryo. Wow. They are so resistant to procreation. Terrible parents. Burg them. Into the burger press they go. Are you okay? Are you okay? Light the moon. It is stronger this night. I too must gather my strength. One last look before the end. There's only such small light left within me. Oh, cool. You're dying. Are you okay? The cycle is demanding. We were one once, now plural. Organisms in harmony. No, opposition. Soon you'll be none, and then many. Pandas aren't even pansexual. Why would they false advertise? They're pandasexual. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about. Soon we'll be none, and then many. We're one once, now plural. Organisms in harmony. Are you being taken over by mushrooms, sir? Parasite? Partners? Where does one end? It all ends soon enough. You carry us onwards. I don't want a parasite. Is that? You view us. You speak now with the mushrooms. Wait patiently. Do not harm, but instead take space where it is left, where it is yielded by death. We strive for the moonlight, though we are indifferent to it. The creature cares, and so we reach out. Reach up. Oh god, that is a deer. Why can't you live in harmony? This is not harmony. It will die soon, yes, but all things die. Only through us can it decay, can new life come. We may influence the creature in these final moments, but we are not alone in this. You too can contain such as us. Affected, controlled by the flora and organs in your body. We are multitude. You are multitude. We came before shrubs and trees, fungus towered over the earth. Prototaxites. Trees came to dominate, and we adapted. Only through us could they decay. Otherwise the trees' victory would be hollow, their dead choking out all of their life, including their progeny. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. As we stare at this poor dying deer and the mushrooms. Yeah. Gotta remember your water on a hike, even at night. Even when trying to find an excuse to sidle away from the mushroom hive. And through our transformed relationship with the death, we all flourish still. There are more fungi than plants or animals, with trillions of pathways supporting even the smallest mushrooms. Networks connecting all life on the planet. We are decay. That does not mean we are death. We are, in fact, rebirth. Without us, life could not be reborn. Okay, got a point, though. Without us, entropy would have consumed life long ago. We fight against it. We recycle energy. We create rebirth. So what is the difference between parasite and symbiosis? You contribute to a cycle beyond your own. Are you a parasite? You're still dying. I'm worried that we are, in a way. Perhaps you understand, then. There is hope for change. We discovered new ways of existing with life and death. Can, too. Fungus is essential to the movement of biological material around the earth. It's essential to the communications of trees. It's essential to decay and thus to recycling. We do not kill. We come after death. We allow for new life. We are fungi. For hundreds of millions of years, we have led the same march from oblivion to rebirth. To you. Come home. Go toward the light. Can there ever be true balance? Ecosystems are in constant flux, ever-changing. Nature does not have stasis. Everything dies, decays. New life emerges. We change. The world changes. Darkness approaches. End conversation. This is the moment where IRL I would slam the end conversation button and sidle away. We must embrace change and growth. Stretch upward. Seek the light. Okay. Wait. Darkness. Accept. Change. Accept change. Goodbye. I'm just gonna sidle away. I'm just gonna do what I would do in real life and sidle away a good bit before I feel safe enough to put my headphones back in. Oh. That's cryptid core. Hello. Gosh, would you look at that sky? The infinity of the universe laid bare before us. veiled as it may be by our atmosphere and the life bouncing around inside of it. I can see the pixels. The empty expanse is terrifying. Considering we just walked away from a horde of mushrooms, like talking legion talk, that is terrifying. I find it sublime. It's impossibly large and we are impossibly small. But we are here nonetheless. I love studying physics. It's an exercise in understanding how it all works out there, as a way to really appreciate the complexity of the universe we live in. But that's the wonder of consciousness. The universe doesn't care if we understand it. Yeah, there's... Yeah. There's still a mushroom in the background, zooming in and out. We still thrill in the chat. I have an ex that used to talk about that all the time. Go flying out beneath the night sky. News about how indifferent the universe is to us. Lifetimes. Oh, there is. Hello. Hey, little blooping up and down there over there. I see you. Lifetimes will blink away and it will carry on into infinity. Yet, they'd stay. As we settled into the two small seats of some swing set. Here we are nonetheless. Here we are, able to love. Able to make art. To study physics in an attempt to understand and appreciate it all. We have that ability despite the universe's indifference. Our presence, our lives, our loves exist because the universe is part of it. The complexity of life is amazing. Yeah, like take crows for example. Here's this bird, this species that seems so much like so many others. We might marvel at bird flight. Existing alongside them, we take so much for granted. And yet, crows, they're smart. Like, so smart. They use tools, but they don't just use tools. They can be taught how to use several different tools. They use that knowledge to solve a 7-step puzzle using those tools in new ways. They remember faces, can even pass that knowledge to other crows, to their children. They know what day of the week is garbage day. Garbage day? Crows from different regions have different dialects. Okay, that's cool. That means they effectively have language. Do British crows have British accents? Technically, I suppose they do. Crows also are way bigger than I thought they'd be, right? Chunky boys. Chunky boys. Oh, my ex really liked crows. They're omens. I too love crows. Crows are good lads. Befriend your crow. Befriend your local murder. And sometimes it's just so nice to just live in appreciation of something. I don't need some deeper analysis. The universe created crows. The universe created us. We can look at crows, we can understand the complexities of consciousness and flight and problem solving and language. Do you realize how complex these things are? All of it exists on this one tiny world in this vast and indifferent universe. We exist. We exist. How wild is that? Maybe we don't. It's quite wonderful. We can... Okay, we've calmed down from our mushroom encounter. We can marvel at the glory of the universe. If we had a choice, I would prefer crows inherit the universe than dolphins. It's wonderful. Wonder. That's what it is. We doodled a solar system in the sand at our feet as we swayed on the swings. And it's circling a sun. Even those distances practically unfathomable to us. And there's so many different suns, so many different worlds. What is out there? And somewhere in the middle of it all, we were, together for a time. Experiencing the complexity of each other. The complexity of love, of trying to know someone else almost as well as you know yourself. And now here we are, you and me, here now, looking up at the sky. Look at that sky. Oh, that's just a map. Nah. Well, New Yorkers are the largest bird I've seen is a chonky pigeon. So honestly, I was also frightened by the size of owls. There's a bridge here. I want to go this way. Turn the music back on. I'm gonna go this way because this bridge looks fucking cool as hell. Oh yeah, there's the city. We were driving that highway earlier. Oh, is this an exit? Shit. This is an exit, isn't it? Is this an exit? This is a person who's carried an adult turkey under my shoulder, so my scale of birds is a little odd. Okay, that's fair.
Can you feel light on your skin? The tingle of trillions of massless particles bouncing off of you?
I don't know if I'm exiting
Do you
or
detect
if
the
I'm...
warmth of their energy being absorbed and transferred? When light hits a surface, some of that light bounces off into our
Is
eyes,
this an exit?
allowing us to see the surface. Its shape, its color, its polygons. But some is absorbed, its energy converted into heat. All the energy that sustains our world comes from the sun. Daylight, moonlight, the gravity that formed and
Well, that's
still
cool.
guides our planet. The fuel for the plants and creatures around you. The light coming out of your screen into your eyes. Light warms. We know this. We feel it.
Oh.
Never more immediately than when it is gone. In an eclipse, when the moon wants the spotlight for a bit and blocks the light of the sun, it gets cold in that darkness. Even if it only blocks a little, the temperature change on the Earth is noticeable, up to 15 degrees centigrade. Light is energy.
That makes sense.
Energy is light. You produce light too. The heat you generate deep inside, radiating outwards in the infrared. You yourself are a light in the darkness.
Whoa. Alright. Car. Hello. Hi. Alright. This has been a more exciting walk than I ever would have imagined. Not gonna lie. Train in the drive is a nice place to reflect, but this is kind of exciting to explore, not gonna lie. That was a big loop we just went on. Just in the void. Oh yeah? How do I use this? I want to go here. Hello. Alright, we have warped. We are here now. I want to go here. As a scientist, energy is wild. It's heat, which covers most of it. And the sound is just vibrations, right? So
it goes. Space and time.
oh, there's a little flower. I want to go down the spinal cord tunnel. There's another path over there. Where's that go? How do I get there? I'm sorry, I'm getting unreasonably excited exploring this. Yeah, we're going down the spinal cord tunnel. Getting pumped. Lighthouse, 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 lighthouse. that's where we were. Yeah, we went down there. That's the park exit there. Oh, I love that. You're right, Doug. We are spawning mushrooms around us as we walk. Maybe the mushrooms have gotten us. And all the quantum properties of energy and light, and how those things will interact differently, depending on if the particles interact with something or not. Even sound can cause quantum... Ooh. Oh. Okay, that goes this way, that goes this way. Oh, there's lots of ways we can go here. This is exciting. I haven't met any hikers up here in a while. Got Sport on. Duality of humanity. Just, maybe I haven't Sport on. I'm trying to find the highest point so I can release my spores. Where am I here? I suppose I'm there. Yeah, I am still here. Hello there. Where does this even go? Oh shit, I need to turn around first. So, I approach this here. Yep, I want to go this way. I want to go here.
Bends to the might of entropy. Everything. Our sun is certainly no exception. Even black holes fade, slowly leaching out their mass as Hawking radiation. You can find plenty of entropy all around you, too. It's in the fading echo of a bird call as it reverberates through the landscape. Organized sound waves becoming weaker, filtered, and scrambled by the space they move through. Or the flow of water during the spring melt, from ordered snowpack to mountain stream, to rushing river, and finally to the chaotic ocean, where it joins and mixes with all the water that ever has been and ever will be on this blue planet. Entropy is the penultimate journey for all things, from organized structures to diffused uniformity. It dims and disintegrates all over time. Mountains crumble. Stars go supernova. Materials get scattered and become the seeds of new order, born on the winds of chaos. But with each cycle, some things are lost. It starts with the seed of the Big Bang. Perfect order, highest energy. Matter spreads throughout the universe as entropy takes hold on its way to uniform emptiness. A final, hollow triumph for order. But between those moments is chaos, complexity, life. And you, too, still alive and still observing the exchanges of energy across the universe.
Go to audible.com/entropy to learn more. Oh, hey, it's you again. It's a lovely night out here. I wasn't expecting to summon up another face. This park is a little refuge of nature nestled among the noise of the world. I love nature. I love getting away from the structures of humanity to the wild wilderness of nature. Away from the chaos of people, the order, the cycles of life. So I thought I'd paint it in all its structured, chaotic wonder. Hello again. You found your way to a new journey. I hope the rest of your last one was worthwhile. Art is a reflection of the world you live in, natural or cultural or constructed. I like coming out to see the world, to see how I might see it through the lens of art. All art, good or bad, tells a story, tells many stories. What story it tells depends on what you bring to it. Your own experiences, your own opinions, your own lens. That's why even if your favorite content creator reviews a movie badly, you still gain value from, My god, that little froggy. I'm looking at that gif you sent me. He just eats himself and just goes all in. Just... Poor lad. That's why when you see your favorite content creator reviewing a movie badly, don't just jump in with the bad movie. You're allowed to form your own opinions about a movie or a game or anything in life without going in behind the folks with the followings who say the thing is bad. You're allowed to form your own opinion. What brings you out here tonight? Even it's like on a slightly lighter take, I suppose. It's like I like to think of it as like the whole spoiler argument. It's like I can deal with spoilers because even when being spoiled, it's even when you're spoiled on something, it's like, you know, there's still value to be had in it. You still bring your own views and your own lens to it, and even with the knowledge you've been spoiled on, there's still value to be gained from the thing. If you're willing to try. Man, I love forming my own opinions on things. Wouldn't have known I liked Need a Girl Overdose otherwise. Aha. That is certainly a thing. I want to get away. Change of scene can do wonders, even if it's temporary. You used to come to this park as a child, hide amongst the trees of the enchanted forest, or chase light motes in the grotto. Stare down at the highway from the overpass, give lives and stories to every car passing underneath. You used to come here to imagine what the world was like, how it worked. Echoes of the Big Bang. Trees sending out their little clones. The heart of the world beating far beneath us. I used to come here before it was real. I painted it into existence. A happy accident. How'd you paint it? You said similar things about the story you were writing. Was it real? Because I wrote it? Did I write it because it was real? All in 3D, big brushstrokes carving out the ones and zeros from form built in virtual space. Or are you one of the devs? Or the artists involved? We live increasingly digital lives. The experiences we have in digital spaces are just as real as those we have in physical ones. There's no meaningful divide anymore, if there ever was. In these digital lives, we create digital art. Representations of physical art. Recreations of physical art. Also art that could only exist in digital form. I don't like art. I love art. I can't art, but I love art. I love artists. Artists are awesome. Do things with digital art they can't do with the physical world. Sure. No need to follow the laws of physics or physical space. It's just materials isn't a question, neither is size. You'd be wandering the park and suddenly find yourself on an airport tarmac. Of course, the digital spaces we inhabit affect what kind of art we consume. Even what kind of art we create. Artists aren't immune to the validation of a like. And with so much art being made, it can be just as hard to find or be found. Whether it's a picture or a painting, an impossible virtual space, or yes, even a video game. Always strive to create, to communicate, to represent and interpret, even in digital spaces. Feel any different about art now? Art is wonderful. I will wonder, what a wonderful world, heart open to the universe, awesomeness in its truest meaning. Part of understanding the world is sharing unknowns and ideals that questions with others, to reflect on understanding together. All art is reaching for something, and it is in the eye of each beholder that success is determined. Art can find its way into your life in unexpected ways. The important thing is to be open to it. Let it make you think. Let it make you feel. Maybe you won't get anything out of it. That's okay too. Maybe you will. Have a lovely walk. It's a beautiful night. Enjoy your walk. Thank you, friend. I certainly will. Art is everywhere. And they said my friend Dot is sick bean. That's art too. Yes. Gimbal walk. Direction are we going? Which one looks cooler? This one looks cooler. Blinked. Where am I? Yeah, turn around. I want to go this way. Do you know your right and left? Which is which? Quiz time now. Pumpkin toilets jumping, believe it or not, also art. Watching that GIF you sent me, Doug, it reminds me of, like, those plastic frogs. You'd flick and make them jump and tumble through the air. It reminds me of them. These poor little babies. Those poor kiddos. Just like in ragdolling itself through the air. Just yeet. Well, that's an exit. Not quite ready to go yet. Okay. Next exit will be fine, will be it. I think there's still more to see, though. Oh, I'm digging the song, though. Actually, where do we want to go? In there. Oh. Yeah, I haven't actually gone. I want to see this up close. Why? Oh, what's that? Tower? Tower? Do you know your right and your left? Quiz time. Which is which? Vote now in the comments. That makes no sense in context. Yeah. Can we get a poll? Can I even do that? Can I do that from not Twitch? From not in Twitch? I don't know. I'm gonna try. This is my first time doing something like that, but hey. Manage poll. Create a new poll. Do you know your right from your left? Right. Left. No. Sure. All right. 5 minutes. Go.
Beyond the edges of the atmosphere lies the incredible
go.
vastness.
It's easy. I write with my right hand. Unfortunately, handwriting is a dying art.
Vastness.
You're not wrong.
It's far from empty. From the beginning of time, countless neutrinos have been moving through the cosmos at nearly the speed of light. And new ones are born all the time, in the hearts of stars and nuclear reactors. Our universe is full of neutrinos.
Well, it is spinning. You're right.
But neutrinos
There it goes.
are nearly impossible to measure. Despite the fact that there are so many of them, they rarely interact with anything in the universe. Neutrinos stream through matter as easily as they move through the vacuum of space. About 100 billion neutrinos are passing through every square centimeter of your body right now. But you won't feel a thing, and not a single neutrino will make contact with any of your 7 billion atoms.
3 billions. 3 of them.
These numbers don't really make sense to us, though. 100 billion neutrinos, atoms numbering 7 followed by 27 zeros. They can't properly communicate the sheer scale. There are
like
plenty of
fake
mental
numbers.
exercises to capture the scale of a billion, but my favorite is the simple truth that it would take 100 years to merely count to a billion, and that's assuming that you can reliably say numbers like 423,786,305 within a few seconds.
True.
But those numbers are inside you. They make you. You contain unknowable complexities.
So we get them all so big. So big numbers are nice and small. In other words, we dismantle the system that allows billionaires to exist. Correct. If we dismantle the billionaires, literally, we should dismantle the billionaires. Literally. And the system that allows them to exist, but also the billionaires.
I don't belong here.
Put them in the burger press.
But this is my home.
Ooh, I like this song. Can we go this way?
I
Is it an
wandered
exit?
for ages. An igneous stone. The landscape was lonely.
What, is this an exit? This is the other exit
Through
now.
no fault of my own.
Pandas should theoretically be able to digest them.
But this is
Yes.
my home.
Excellent.
That day there was fire. Next day
Am I?
there
I'm back
was
here.
sand. It sent me adrift. I didn't know where I'd land. The butterfly had flourished. The gale soon had blown. I don't belong here. I don't
Is this an exit?
belong here.
Is this an exist?
But this is my home.
Well, that's the airport over there. That's where we are. But this is my home. I'm vibing with this song. This is a good one. Obsidian Dropstone. Devin Vebert.
If I had gone under, just sank in the sea, I still would have washed up
Alright, been through that loop.
among the debris. I don't belong here, but this is where I will be. That day there was fire, next day there was sand. It sent me adrift, I didn't know where I'd land. The magma, the miles, the island had grown. I don't
God, if I were to use Nightbot, I would add that as a quote.
belong here.
Now I think
But this
wanna go down
is
here.
my home. I don't belong here.
that's a mushroom statue.
But
I like
this
that.
is my home. I don't belong here.
We have a vote for left. That is correct.
But this is my home.
Left gang, let's go. Hi.
I don't belong here. But this is my home.
Ooh. Funny thing, we're just talking about right and left. There's the hands. Getting handsy with it. I would go this way. I am lefting. Hell yeah. 'Cause it's night. Well, have a good night, good left, good sleep. Glad you could make it. I hope this gave you some nice and comfy vibes for the night. I don't recognize this. There's 3 exits whenever you're ready. Alright. Next time I stumble upon an exit, we will call it. Did I? Oh, okay. Alright, playlist right out. Okay, I think this is the way out. Oh, I think I want to put the loop. Where I want to go, though, and that is here. I'm going to go down into the lighthouse and take that exit. This is nice. I really like this. What do we still got here? We've had our excitement. We've seen what we can see. Oh, gotta watch where I'm going to take the stairs. I'm vibing with this. I didn't expect to get too much into this here, but this was genuinely fun to explore. Not gonna lie. I think I got a decent portion of my angst out of my system here, but yeah.
Thanks for listening to Some Awe. This program was made possible by grant funding for the arts and through the support of listeners like you.
Why are you
Think
glitched
back
out
to
like
an
that?
invisible light from the Big Bang, redshifted far beyond red. The cosmic background radiation. Ancient photons, electromagnetic refugees fleeing from the moments when the very first atoms came to be. When the universe had cooled and spread enough for there to be disparity. Where there had been oneness, now there was matter and void. Now there was separation. Now there was light, and there was darkness.
Seems like really comfy. Yeah, like a lot of people upset for some reason. The woke content detector folks and all. Now,
I think I've heard this one already.
I thought it's right again. I wonder if this did make that list.
One goes left, the other right.
It would involve someone playing the game long enough
Those
to
who hear us
find
testify. We are
the
angels.
absolute legend of the dimensional traveling, multi-dimensional polycule queer
I think we found the final filter.
based.
But a flightless bird
Love that
cannot
guy.
take flight.
He's cool. Got a ferret familiar.
I pretend I'm leaving you.
Had a lot of good
behind,
things to say about building community.
But we're entangled.
Help ourselves before we try and build community around us. I know I still have a lot to figure out. But, yeah.
We're entangled.
Alright. We have a lot to figure out, yes. We very much do. Very relatable that sense of, do I belong in that pansexual label? I don't know. I do very much have very strong feelings on these sides of things, but I'm like never really been in a, I don't know. Never taken steps to be part of it. Identify as pansexual, but I never really take the steps to like be a part of that and try. Going down that and try forming those connections. It's like my life is not exactly a position where I can talk about that freely. Have you ever look at Anime Boy, go, yeah, it's bad, yes, very much. There's a predetermined end, alright? Congrats on woke sexual. Hell yeah.
Welcome back, and to those just joining us, good evening. The top story tonight, travel delays.
We can jump.
We have similar
Holy
reports
shit.
coming in from all of our affiliate stations. Everything has come to a standstill.
Holy shit.
So settle in for what appears to be a very long night, wherever you are. Your news team will be hard at work obsessively covering the story from all angles. But if I may offer some advice.
Oh my god, what?
Instant
What is happening
replays
here?
will not rescue you from an ongoing crisis. There's no use fostering regret or fuming about what could have been. Whatever happens, we'll be here throughout the night to keep you company. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Go to audible.com/repent Harlequin. This is more fun than anyone has ever had in an airport terminal. Whoa! Hot diggity! What is that over there? Good night, Nightmare. Good night. There's a dot over here calling my name. Why is this dot calling my name? Oh god, this is very jumpy and flighty.
With that weather front holding steady, the forecast shows no sign of change. But that doesn't mean that change is
Breaking news!
Change is inevitable, and change can come from within. Look at where you are with fresh eyes. If uncomfortable or undesired thoughts arise to cloud your way, that's okay. Though they may loom large, just bring your attention gently back to this moment. The sounds you hear, the sights you see, the movements that you make.
There's an orb up there.
Let go of frustration or fear, and allow thoughts to come and go, as all weather must.
It would be nice to take the escalator down. Okay, so this is kind of like giving us waypoints. I could just bounce around this airport all night. This is genuinely the most fun I've had in an airport terminal. Here's the dining area?
You can achieve your goals by letting go. To illustrate this phenomenon, we turn to another story in the Zhuangzi.
Oh?
The sage's text describes an enlightened chef of great skill, Cook Ting, preparing ingredients in a dazzling display of speed and precision. As soon as the performance is finished, what was once singular and whole falls into an assortment of perfect pieces. When asked how their skill could reach such heights, Cook Ting replied, "What I care about is the way, which goes beyond skill. When I first began to use my knife, all I could see was the object I was cutting. After 3 years, I no longer saw the whole, and instead saw the pieces. But now I go with the way, and I don't see with my eyes. Perception, judging, and understanding stop, and spirit moves me where it wants. I guide the knife through the openings and trace the structures as they are, instead of focusing on how they could be. Great changes do not always require great effort, and breakthroughs are not always the result of blunt force. Trace the possibility space as it is, to find your way forward."
It's a bit heavily deep, but I think the takeaway from that... I just yeeted myself backwards. The takeaway from that... change comes from over time. Over time, you keep doing a task, you'll get better at a task to the point where it becomes almost second nature to you. Eat. I need to go upstairs. How do we get upstairs from here? Those are people fading out here. Hissing like a fade cat when I need to keep drawing in order to become less bad at Relatable. Relatable, huh? Whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh, there are tables on the ceiling. I need to get on the roof though. Hey! Hey! This is very, very dicey. It is... God, so very difficult to get back into things. Keep up with things. But... yeah, it's just... it's so very difficult. Is it you again? So much space here, but no one's around. Stuck here too, eh? A journey aborted. But here we're left in its own kind of liminality. Where are you headed? You know, I'm not sure. Maybe I was just headed here. A different kind of space then. Differently structured kind of journey. The structures we move through can change so much of how we experience a movement. Sometimes we move through structures and it doesn't even feel like we're the ones moving. Conversations can move ideas forward, propel us to new actions. Of course, how we structure conversation also changes how we interact with it, and thus how we experience it. A natural flow of conversation from point A to point B, or a meandering wheel of dialogue. I got stuck like this once as a kid. Lost in a store that had closed. What do you mean conversation structure? You have to be like one of the devs. Well, look at any game you've played. Does dialogue flow boldly forward without looking back? Or do you return again? And again to ask a series of questions. Get the exposition you want. Get the exposition you need. It's the same in real life. Does something you say create a whole new branch of conversation? Do you ever get back to the original point, or is this tangent the new conversation? Felt most prominently when you're about to add something to the original conversation, and then the conversation gets diverted far enough that you just feel like really awkward going back to the previous dialogue branch, and you just let it go, and just fucking feel that shame building up inside you, and just shut down a little bit. Yeah. What were we talking about again? Conversation is this structure in which we interact with one another. Is it formal? Friendly? Boiling over with in-jokes, references? Will the animals in aisle 4 ever stop gossiping? No, they will. The bastards. Burg them. You know, this is my favorite bar at the terminal. going, hang on, I have the perfect meme for this. I'm not sending the meme until 4 hours later. Somehow, memes are even better when I don't remember the original context. I love the liminality of the random meme. Is that odd? I don't know. I don't care. I love it. I like talking to people, getting to know them. You're in luck. That's all we've got here. Well, that and loitering. Hell yeah. Let's loiter. People can be fascinating, bringing all new perspectives to how you move through your own life. All new stories. Wandered around that store for an hour, thinking my parents had left me on purpose. Oh, this dialogue is looping. This airport is a strange structure. I think all airports are. Such a massive structure with such a specific utility, it turned into an architectural art, a display of strength and commerce. They do their best to make a certain kind of person feel welcome, comfortable, at ease. All while you're stuck here for hours, scrutinized from top to bottom, inside out, and constantly warned about unattended baggage. Unattended baggage in baggage area. They're kind of purgatory. What time is it? What time is your flight? Doesn't matter. Time is meaningless here. Grab a drink at the bar. It is very oppressive. I don't think about how constantly architecture affects us. How the buildings we move through can change our mood. How spaces can define how we feel. Made friends with the whole toy section, though. Company helped us pass the time. We learned something about ourselves. Stories have structure. Of course they do. Take any screenwriting class, that's pounded into your brain pretty quickly. Rules to follow if you want to do it right. But there is no right. Just kind of the story you want to tell. And how you tell a story affects everything about it. A hero's journey. Or just a slice of life. What do you want to impart to your audience? Hope? Catharsis? An important message? Or just get them to think? 3-act. 5-act. Kisho Tenketsu, or simple vignette. Introduction, development, twist, resolution. Oh! My parents left me alone in the store when it was closed. As I wandered about the empty aisles, the toys came alive. And taunted me, but other toys helped me find my voice. Only my silence had left me powerless. Through communication, we were able to coexist for a time. Move on. What are you doing here? Thinking about stories as always. Thinking about these conversations. Hoping to get something out of it, you know? As storytellers, we always hope someone gets something out of it. Kisho Tenketsu is the supposed conflict-less story structure that you see in a haiku sometimes, even in video game level designs. Conflict-less story level. Okay, level design, I can see how that might be implied. Interesting. Never actually thought about that like that before. That's interesting. As storytellers, we create the fixtures and foundations on which will stand the key learnings of the next generation. Like builders, we toil to render, as if concrete, the most desperate truths we have uncovered. We structure our stories, and thus we structure our culture, our future. What are you doing here? I don't know. That's okay. Then leave yourself open to whatever you might find. But what are you really doing here? That's what I'm really doing here. Okay, it's worth thinking about. It's worth being mindful of. You only set up these structures. You have to go on that journey. Follow the voices if you want to see this one through. Be sure you come back sometime to catch your flight. Thanks. That's what we're here for. All of us. Stuck. Never did find my way out of that store.
What are the structures around you? How do they shape this space? How do they shape how you feel, how you behave? Which way will you go now? This space beckons you onward.
That's a frog.
Turning back or retreading old ground will only prolong the inevitable. But we do not move constantly. our journeys must pause at times.
No, Froggy's off
A
air.
moment to rest.
Moment to rest. You choose the ability to jump in Mario. You learn that you can jump over gaps. You choose to an area that you can't clear unless you jump precisely. Feel satisfied at having come to an understanding. Ah. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Into the glass wall. I jumped face first into a wall. There are TVs on the ceiling here.
Explore the empty spaces. Trust your intuition and journey onward. But as you survey the potential paths before you, allow some of these spaces to remain empty. Accept that there will always be paths not taken.
There sure will. Sometimes I end up dwelling on the choices you made in your life and how your life would have been different if you had done this or that. If I'd stayed instead of moved.
Only once you are aware of the structures surrounding you can you choose how to move through them, or whether to break free altogether.
Oh, the trippy escalator line. Oh yeah. My favorite part of the airport. Hyperspace. Hyperspace flat hyperspace moving walkways. Yeah. Yeah. There are, I've never been in one this trippy. I have been in one which is like, lined with like glass tunnel lined with like hanging glass decorations and the like. I have been there.
Cook Ting
Oh.
finished by saying, "Whenever I come to a complicated place, I
am
size
I?
up the difficulties, tell myself to be patient and observant, keep focused on the present moment.
Patience.
I do not worry about time, and move with the greatest subtlety until, all at once, the whole thing comes
Whoa.
apart, and I stand there holding the knife, turning to face each direction, completely satisfied."
Whoa. Huh. The achievement here is called The Lady Who Tells Stories. And like that's at least that was the recurring guest we met in here. Interesting. We have seen every piece in here. This one was in fact I suppose the way that the tips screen said, if we come back to it, we will actually be able to wander more and meet more people stuck here. In a sense, this is the ending, I suppose. Some spaces meant to be left empty, some paths not traveled. But have we found what we were looking for? I don't know. Oops. More journeys await. Alright, let's go poke right in here. Hello. Hello again. I am aware that some of the conversations you may have in your journey can be tough, or bring up things that you may struggle with personally. I never want to pry or judge. Please let me know if I am overstepping my bounds and I won't bring this up again. Do you need help outside of this game in space? Okay, that's a really important and brave thing to say. Important to ask for help when we need it, and I care for you and want to help you get it. There are kind humans who will listen, and who have the skills to help you. It's obvious by now, but there is power in simply talking things out with someone. Please visit takethis.org/resources to find the best resources for you. Oh! I didn't even know this was here. And help resources. takethis.org/resources. You are worth helping, and it can get better. You've already taken a huge step just by talking about this with me. Next steps are up to you, and they can start very, very small. You know someone who feels safe to talk to? Start there. Just letting another person know is a big step. Meantime, we're going to do our best together. I have some general self-care advice that might help you feel better. Does that sound good? It does, actually. It's not magic, and it's not complicated. It's just a checklist to make sure your needs are being met. As well as can be in the present circumstances. When everything feels hard, when you feel far away from your ideal self, even deciding your very next step can seem impossible. If you're stuck, don't worry. I'm going to follow a little checklist I have to make sure your needs are getting met. The process is designed to take as much of the weight off of you as possible. Each step requires little energy or judgment. Self-care is important, and you deserve to devote some time to it. Ready to begin? Alright. Yes, I think I need this. Excellent. First question, are you hungry? Have you had anything to eat in the last 4 or 5 hours? I have. Next question, do you have a glass of water nearby? I do. Great. Please take a nice big sip of water if you haven't recently. I will. Not just something to keep you hydrated. Tell me, you've taken all the medication yet you need to take today. Yeah. Great job keeping on top of that. On to the next question. Are you in physical pain? Yes, a little actually. Stretch. It is a good time to stretch. Oh, it's a very good time to stretch. Arvin. I am sorry to hear that you are in pain. I cannot give medical advice, but if you can, consider taking something over the counter to ease the pain. Try supplementing the negative sensations with something more positive. Perhaps a bath or a shower, hot or cold pad, nice smells or pleasurable textures. Even though your body is hurting, be kind to it and try to think of it letting you live and experience life up until this very moment. Yeah, let's keep going. I'll handle that later. If you haven't had a lot of sleep recently, if the last sleep you had was low quality, you may benefit from taking a nap or trying to go to bed. Nightmares, unfamiliar environments, worries, and the use of mind-altering substances, including alcohol shortly before bedtime, can also negatively impact sleep. How many hours have you slept in the last 24? Most people need between 8 and 9 hours of good quality sleep. 12. I could use it. I mean, it's probably close to bedtime. That's a good plan. I can either wait for here for you, and we can continue with this list when you've had a short nap. We can part ways for now. And we can see how you're feeling after you get some good rest. This is really good. Getting rest is very important. It's well worth the effort to try and get some. Just be changed focus to try and get you to sleep. A couple ideas we might try. Honestly, I'm very, very curious with this. Because I feel like I could legitimately use this. If I start to hear that, struggles with sleep, extremely demoralizing. It's hard to feel capable of much when your energy level is depleted. But forgive your body and yourself for not being able to sleep. Currently, our best advice to take one of the 4 journeys. Terminal and the highway would be my personal recommendations in this case. Yeah, I'd vote highway. You're done with that. If you start to nod off, try to go to bed immediately. If that doesn't work, try another activity, another journey. No matter what, I'll be awake with you through it all. Good luck. I'd be happy to. What should I talk about? Is something on your mind? Are they telling the truth? Can we see? We still have 4. That's a good question, though. Oh, to be candid, I can't talk about this without breaking character first. If I break character, alright. We'll endeavor to confirm our facts and scientific information, though science is always changing. Our primary hope is to inspire you to search for more information and to give you some good search terms. Many but not of the wonderful places mentioned by the hikers you meet do exist elsewhere in the universe. All those that do exist are far more spectacular than any single anecdote can capture. As for the characters, their backstories, their cultures, and places of origin, those are works of fiction. Any substance of truth they have resides in their lived experiences and perspectives that are evoked and stored within your own mind. So check in. How are you feeling? I really don't know. It feels hard. When you feel far away from your ideal self, even deciding your very next step can seem impossible. If you're stuck, don't worry. What if a little okay. We've been through this. I got something to drink. Your head? Let's continue. To be perfectly honest here. We're just gonna move on here. It's gonna be where we last left off. Something about your environment that is distressing or uncomfortable. Perhaps you're around people that make you feel uncomfortable. Unsure. Environment. Surroundings have a huge impact on your well-being. Something you can do in the short term to help. Have some quick tidying. 5 minutes, 15 minutes to rearrange some furniture or yourself to be more comfortable. Comfort and safety is worth it. You should do it. Guess it's gonna be post-stream stuff. The more needs a person can have beyond their physical needs, and every human should be able to have them all met. To this point, discomfort is coming from something other than a physical need. Those needs are still valid and real. Other ideas about the unmet needs might be causing you discomfort. If I can be candid, it certainly is an unpleasant feeling to think that you don't matter. But you do. You do matter, friend. You matter to me. I also do understand that life can be lonely, that it can be hard to stand out and be appreciated or noticed. Nobody owes anyone else attention, but you're worthy of receiving it. There are people out there who will appreciate you, I just know it. Meantime, But I recommend that you find some company on one of our journeys. The train might be a good choice. Anything else, just let me know. Do we have more beverage? We do have some beverage. Mountain Dew. What are you? That bottle's empty. That is... Oh, that's the mushroom dude. That's the mushroom dude. Oh, God. Oh, my, I'm putting that one back. Clerk Cola. That's just milk. That's just straight up milk. There's a brand of milk that they sell at Sheetz. I'm a Pennsylvania guy, so I'm surrounded by Sheetz and Wawa and Rudders. It's a brand of milk that they sell at Sheetz that comes in these bright yellow bottles, like Glitchhikers or something. This is just milk. Not Filk, though. Filk is very different. Very different, much better than plain milk. Not gonna lie. This is... Not sure. I do not desire yellow milk. Don't worry, the milk is not yellow. It's just, it comes in like bright yellow, eerily bright yellow bottles. It is weird. Drink. Rotate. Yep, first slot belongs to Mountain Dew Lady. Mountain Dew Lady. I could go back there. I might go back to the terminal in my own time, because obviously each slot in the cooler is a different character we haven't met yet. Yeah, that's orange juice. That'd be orange juice. Alright. Blink. Cool zone. Where the cool kids go. Alright. A little moon cycle there. That is pretty dang sweet. Not gonna lie. Let's see. This is gonna be the point where I call it a night. We're gonna see who's on. We can raid into a lot of Marvel Rivals playing here. Woo-wah. You see Red Wolf. It's very curious. I've seen a bunch of people who have like the Twitch knock settings on. It's like, no, I'm definitely not just going to randomly bust into someone's stream and say, hello! Thank you for cozy stream. Thank you for coming and being cozy with me. I'm legitimately feeling better after that. I kind of needed that. And we do. Anyone interesting on the raid here? What can we do here? Click to interact with stream. No, I am not going to do that. Let's see. Ooh, that looks like a fun game. You should have kicked down my stream door and ask, "Oh, you'll win anytime." Yeah. Absolutely. Well, definitely. Let's see. see someone playing potion. I got two options for who I could raid. Could raid Lola. Who's playing a game I've never seen before, but looks really, really neat. Looks like platform style. Called Viola the Heroine's Melody. Alternatively, see Baffy playing Potion Permit. Potion making farm sim, I think? I don't know. Yeah. A lot of voices in the void, whatnot, so... Actually, let's go raid Lola. I think I still have it. I think I still have something decent here. Yeah, let's do it. I see a deer and a cute gal with a violin who seems to be playing music to do platforming stuff. Interesting.
Dear friend.
So I'll go check that out, and hang out and vibe. Well, there's always good vibes. So I will say see you next time, but I don't actually... Oh, it's like a platformer RPG. That's interesting. Alright. Anyways, thank you for vibing with me for tonight. I think I'm genuinely feeling a lot better after that. So, I would say see you next time, but I don't know when next time will be. I will do my best for there to be a next time. Slowly working my way back into normal schedule, whatnot, but we will see what happens. Until then, have a good night.